Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem, Makakadash, and double honors to the elders and apostles, great millstone, who rule well. Peace, love, and salutations to the hopeful elect. This is your brother Dawadah from the Men of Valor campaign in Greenville, South Carolina, coming back with another video on sincerity and the truth, and Lord willing, it can be edifying. And, I just did probably like a 25 to 30 minute video that only saved the last 5 minutes of it. And I brought out a lot, the heavens heard it, the Lord heard it. But I'm going to redo the video, and just hit the main points, because I was flowing through the spirit. But as of right now, I was watching this video from W7, all right, which for his allegiance with, this was the video right here. And it's titled, Bounties Placed on Law Enforcement Officers by Cartels in American Cities Turning into War Zones. All right. And to sum it all up, as we know, a couple of weeks ago, months ago, however, long ago, Trump declared war on the cartels. All right. And right now their focal point is Venezuela. They've been attacking, sending airstrikes on these vessels, which is illegal, by the way, and they're pissing off the world, breaking, war law and all that shit. But now you have the cartels, whether they're in Venezuela, whether they're in Mexico and stuff, and they're well connected. All right, now they're talking about attacking law enforcement. All right, so you're going to see war on American streets very soon. America is about to be a war zone. American cities are about to be a war zone, man. We're not just talking about in the hood. And we've already been seeing that, man. All these school shootings, all these different shootings, everybody getting shot. All right, we've already seen that in a sense, but this is about to be amplified. We're about to see in major metropolitan areas, gunfights. All right, we saw that there's been being reported in Chicago that people are starting to swarm ICE agents, and they're calling for backup by the PD, by Chicago PD, the police department, and they're being told to stand down. They're being told not to respond. So they're allowing this to pretty much take shape so that the Trump administration can come down with that great wrath. He's that cruel Lord that the Lord is setting up, mentioned in Isaiah the 19th chapter. All right, the Lord is about to make these Egyptians, all right, because, these Americans are modern day Egyptians, about to make them fight against each other. All right, they about to come after Jacob, but also you're going to see a major civil unrest on the shores of America. This is what we've been waiting on, man. This is exactly what we've been waiting on through the spirit. It's not going to get more peaceful from here. It's only going to become more violent and deadly. And 2 Ezra the 15th chapter embodies that the most, and I'll go ahead and just bring that up, man. So this is 2 Ezra chapter 15 and verse 14. It says, woe to the world and them that dwell therein, because it's not just an American thing. All right, this is going to be a worldwide thing, but the focal point will be America. America will be hit the hardest. Verse 15, for the sword and their destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up and fight against another, and swords in their hands. All right, so they're going to have, weapons. What's the modern day sword? The gun. They're going to have these guns, and they're going to be shooting each other, man. These private militias, you got ICE out here, you got the National Guard, eventually you're going to have these UN troops. You might have foreign troops. You might have Chinese nationals and stuff, because W7 was mentioning all these different, all this land that's owned by China right next to U.S. military bases, man. So what's that all about? You best believe you have Chinese nationals up in here somewhere. All right, and we in the month of October, and we know toward the end of the month, they start doing, it get real spooky out here. They start doing their enchantments and their seances and sacrifices and whatnot, because they're trying to set up their NWO, man. All right, verse 16, it says, for there shall be sedition among men and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power. So people ain't going to be listening to Trump no more. All right, they're not going to want to hear what he has to say, because he's already pledged his allegiance to the state of Israel. He done sold his country up the up the river, and the average everyday Edomite is pissed off at it. And what they're doing now is they're joining ICE to take their frustration out on Jake. But hell, they're gonna turn on Trump, man. I can see it through the spirit. Because they're being these average everyday Edomites are being cut out of their blessing. Right now they're not revolting because you still got college football, NFL, NBA. You got all these distractions. October is a very heavy month when it comes to sports. You got all these sports starting up, interlapping. So they're able to do what they need to do, and the average American is distracted by some sports, Which you're not wicked if you watch sports, but it's not our main thing. All right, but this shows you that this is Rome all over again. They're distracting people with sports and movies and all this other shit. Meanwhile, the government is still shut down. Meanwhile, once again, you're gonna see warfare on these American streets, man, in these American cities. Verse 16 again, for there shall be sedition among men and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power. They about to take power in their own. They're going to take matters into their own hands, man. Verse 17, a man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able. So if there's going to be if American cities are about to be a war zone, all right, that's where martial law gets implemented, warlike law, where due process and shit is going out the window. You're going to have summary executions coming back, all that, man. They ordered all these guillotines, all these coffins in Georgia are about to be used in this time that we're fastly approaching. Verse 18, for because of their pride, the city shall be troubled, the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. And like I mentioned in my video that I did, if the men are going to be afraid, how much more the women? All right, because these women have been propped up with this pride in a society that has allowed them to be comfortable. But what happens when those comforts are taken from you? So if the mighty men are going to cry bitterly, all right, and men are going to be afraid, how much more the women that say they don't need a man, that are living alone? For instance, I met this one, chick that I worked with, and she was utterly shaken by the fact that she had roommates, but her roommates were gone or some shit like that. But this guy, the maintenance man, kept coming in while she was in there, and she was shaking to the core. I could hear it in her voice. So you're gonna have many women like that that's living in these apartments, and these maintenance men and shit that might have, you might have rejected them, or they ain't getting no box or something, and they got a key to your fucking apartment, man. And they know who lives alone, they know who got a dog, they know who don't got weapons, and they know who easy. So you women are about to be a big target as well. So if men are going to be afraid, you women are going to be through as hell. Verse 19, a man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread and for great tribulation. Just wait till that famine sets in, man. And the Lord, Yahweh, said that these things will be coming to pass, man. You're going to have famines, pestilences. You're going to have people rising against each other, people rising up against the government. We are in these times. You think you about to just be, we're going to go another 10 years and ain't shit major going on. You out your fucking mind, man. Things are happening. I can see shit popping off, Lord willing, by the end of this year, man. Going into 2026. They not about to let up, man. They have to establish this NWO. It's too much information coming out. All right, they got to come with that heavy censorship. You seeing all these people protesting the government, man, and they're inviting the chaos because they have a motto: order ab chaos, or order ab chaos, order out of chaos. So they're allowing the chaos to ensue so that they can come in and be justified in establishing that order. So we're living in these times, man. Prophecy is speaking louder than ever. There's about to be major war zones in American cities, man. But the Lord has prepared our minds for these things. We're going to be stable in these times. That's why we're going to be highly sought after. But the Lord is going to make us rare. The Lord is going to make us precious. The Lord is going to make us rare to find. And we're not just going to be out in the open no more. Which means what? The famine of hearing the words of Yahweh Shem Yahweh are about to come to pass. The Lord is going to withdraw us from the highways and the hedges to hide us. Because the time of warning is about to come to an end. We don't know how many more videos we're going to be able to upload before they cut the internet or before they heavily censor it and demonize us. We don't know, but we know it's coming. So you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, if you haven't, repent to your power. Because you might not acknowledge that you're an Israelite, but guess what? This devil Esau Edom, the so-called white man, knows that you are Jacob. And they're about to try to eradicate us, man. But the Lord is going to protect his elect. But if you're outside of that, if you think you think JC about to stand up and save you, you think the universe is going to sit up and save you, you think your own hand is going to sit up and save you, you're sadly fucking mistaken. Only Yahweh Bashim Yahushua can save you Israelites, man. But two parts therein are about to be cut off and die, man. We about to see Jake die in terrible fashion soon. The time of Jacob's trouble is at hand. So I just wanted to bring this out through the spirit. Again, I did a longer video, but, hey, had to suck it up and bring it out again. The main point at least. So Lord willing, this is edifying. I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem, Rakah Hakwadash. And again, double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone who rule well. Peace, love, and salutations to the hopeful elect. Till next time, Shalom.